Breaking. FOIA release. Fauci funded construction of Chimeric coronavirus in Wuhan. What's going on, everybody? For your mind here. Fauci lied, people died. CCP lied, people died. This is on Fauci's hands. Now you're asking, what is Chimera coronavirus? This is when they take gain-of-function research and implement it. Gain-of-function research is essentially testing and implementing in viruses that aren't created, enhancing them to make them more deadly, which would make them chimeric, taking bits and parts from other entities of viruses and combining them to make a new virus, meaning chimeric. Gain-of-function research is implemented in that so they can, prepare for viruses and they can see what makes them tick. It's exactly what gain-of-function research is. Fauci lied to Congress last time Rand Paul questioned him, and it's on the channel if you just scroll down. Rand Paul versus Anthony Fauci. Fauci denied funding gain-of-function research, and new documents leaked states he's a liar, and he is responsible for the deaths of millions and millions of people. Him and the CCP go hand in hand. When Dr. Anthony Fauci confidently screamed at Senator Rand Paul in July, calling him a liar for accusing him of funding so-called gain-of-function research in Wuhan, China, to make coronaviruses more transmissible to humans, the argument ultimately faded due to Fauci's unsupported claims that the research didn't technically fit the definition of gain-of-function research. Now, thanks to materials here released through the Freedom of Information Act lawsuit by The Intercept against the National Institute of Health, which was unredacted enough to toss Fauci under the bus, we now know that Fauci funded EcoHealth Alliance, a New York-based nonprofit headed by Peter Daszak, was completely engaged in gain-of-function research to make chimeric SARS-based coronavirus, which they confirmed could infect human cells. Fauci should be in jail for the rest of his life, and we should seize every possible asset we can possibly get. Sorry, the ad. Skip ad. Sorry. Seize everything the CCP has in America and bar them from any economic stability possible. We should do what we did with the fucking Soviet Union and just watch it crumble to the ground. Watch that Hitler-led Germany country in the CCP that has concentration camps is actively trying to influence and take land from other people and just releases a virus onto the world to, cripple its fucking enemies. And you know what? I'm not surprised they did it. I've been saying it since the beginning. The motivation was get Donald Trump out because Donald Trump was, so hard on China that, America was prospering. So they were like, if we release this virus and tank his credibility, blame him for the virus, we can get our little puppy, Joe Biden, to do everything we want to do. Crash the economy, destroy America from within. All we got to do is really get these universities to pump out this communist fucking bullshit to these kids and just watch it go. Just watch it go. It's exactly what they did. They released this virus on purpose to cripple the U.S. And look what it did. It did exactly what I just said. The U.S. is in shambles. The economy is in fucking shambles. Our institutes are run by communist pieces of shit at all levels. At all levels, the wokeness and the CCP are infected, got their tentacles and everything. Yeah, and Fauci is guilty as they come. He's a liar and he should be locked up for the rest of his life for the responsibility of the death to millions and millions of people and taking the lives of every single person in the entire world. By lives, I mean their personal lives. I haven't seen my family in a long time because of this virus. I can't leave this country because of this virus. The award does not include funds to support. Wait. While evidence of this research has been pointed to in published studies, the FOIA release provides a key piece to the puzzle, which sheds a new light on what was going on. This roadmap to the high risk research that could have led to the current pandemic, said Gary Ruskin, executive director to the U.S. Right to Know, a group that has been investigating the origins of COVID-19. And we'll go into what Here and Here states. So, newly released documents provide details of U.S.-funded research on several types of coronaviruses at the Wuhan Institute of Virology in China. The Intercept has obtained more than 900 pages of documents detailing the work of the Equal Health Alliance, a U.S.-based health organization that uses federal money to fund the coronavirus research at the Chinese laboratory. What's also an interesting fact that nobody brings up, the bats do not originate in Wuhan. They're, in fact, hundreds of miles away from that lab. The lab is also across the street from the wet market. So you're going to tell me, and it doesn't make sense the more you think about it, that bat with the coronavirus disease flew straight to the wet market, hundreds of miles away, flew exclusively to that wet market, and went nowhere else because, where was the coronavirus originated? That Wuhan wet market? So you're going to tell me that bat flew hundreds of miles, didn't go anywhere else but that exact wet market where that exact person was going to eat. Or the virus was leaked out of the lab across the street. Which one sounds more plausible if you really think about it? Which one sounds more plausible? The trove of documents include 2 previously unpublished grant proposals that were funded by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, as well as projects updates relating to the Equal Health Alliance research, which has been scrutinized amid increased interest in the origins of the pandemic. And it's also very convenient that China's like, we will go to war if you investigate us. That sounds very guilty. Like, nah, if they weren't guilty, they'd be like, yeah, go investigate. We've hid nothing. But people that are usually guilty are like, no, you will never research. No, you cannot research. We will go to war with you if you even think about going and researching what we did here. The documents were released in connection with the ongoing Freedom of Information Act litigation by The Intercept against the National Institutes of Health. The Intercept is making the full documents available in public. This is a roadmap to the high-risk research that could have led to a current pandemic, said Gary Ruskin, executive director of the U.S. Right to Know, a group that has been investigating the origins of COVID-19. One of the grants, titled Understanding the Risk of Bat Coronavirus Emergence, outlines an ambitious effort led by Equal Health Alliance President Peter Daszak to screen thousands of bat samples for novel coronavirus. The research also involves screening people who work with live animals. The documents contain several critical details about the research in Wuhan, including the fact that key experimental work with the humanized mice was conducted at a biosafety level 3 lab at Wuhan University Center for Animal Experiment, and not at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, as previously assumed. The documents raise additional questions about the theory that the pandemic may have begun in a lab accident, an idea that Daszak has aggressively dismissed. People that aggressively dismiss things usually are the most guilty. People that scream the loudest are usually the most guilty. The bat coronavirus grant provided the Equal Health Alliance with a total of $3.1 million, including $599,000 that the Wuhan Institute of Virology used in part to identify and alter bat coronavirus likely to infect humans. Even before the pandemic, many scientists were concerned about the potential dangers associated with such experiments. The grant proposal acknowledges some of those dangers. Field work involves the highest risk of exposures to SARS or other CoVs, while working in caves with high bat density overhead and potential for fecal dust to be inhaled. Melinda Chan, a molecular biologist at the Broad Institute, said the documents show that the Equal Health Alliance has reason to take the lab leak theory seriously. In this proposal, they actually point out that they know how risky this work is. They keep talking about people potentially getting bitten, and they kept records of everyone who got bit. Chan said. Does EcoHealth have those records? And if not, how can they possibly rule out research-related accidents? According to Richard Everett, a molecular biologist at Rutgers University, the documents contain critical information about the research done in Wuhan, including about the creation of novel viruses. The viruses they constructed were tested for their ability to infect mice that were engineered to display human-type receptors on their cells, Everett wrote to the Intercept after reviewing the documents. Everett also said that the documents make it clear that two different types of novel coronaviruses were able to infect humanized mice. While they were working on SARS-related coronavirus, they were carrying out a parallel project at the same time on MERS-related coronavirus, Everett said, referring to the virus that caused Middle East respiratory syndrome. All right. So you can read this article and read some other articles if you want. Intercept.com. This is a lot of evidence that suggests that China, the CCP, released this on purpose and that Fauci lied and covered it up. He funded gain-of-function research that led to the creation of a chimera coronavirus that, got leaked out of a lab. They tried to cover their asses. Now they deserve to go to jail for killing millions of people and destroying the lives of every human on this fucking planet. But that's going to be the video, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.